Hey guys, Joe back again with a quick how-to video on how to make blades, modify single edge disposable blades to fit your 1890 lather catcher. Now, granted not everybody has these and not too many people use them, but there are a few out there. I read online in the forums when I first bought this on how to modify it for blades, and nobody really had much on it. So I decided to play around with it and make my own, and I found a way to do it. So there is a way to modify a single edge blade for this particular razor. So if you're a little history lesson, this is 1880 to 1910. I believe they made these. Kampfe Bros Safety Razor. This is before they used disposable blades. This is years before. This one's patent. The latest patent on it's 1890. So I'm guessing it's anywhere from 1890 to 1900. Because I know after 1900 they started using the ones with the clamps that you can use the regular disposable blades with. So this one can't. This one has little screws there, but they really don't. You don't really want to mess with those. I mean, this thing's 120 something years old, 130 years old. You really don't want to mess with it. So what we have here is the original wedge blade, and I'll just show you guys how to load it. If you have this one, you load it like this. Let the gravity work. Right here, you have the spring here. Bingo. That's it. It's in, ready to shave. Right. So we're going to take that out. We don't want to use this right now. But what I devised was a quick way on how to use this. This is a basic single edge that you can get anywhere. And I was able to get it so it could fit in. Bingo. Works. Right? Now, you might have to modify it a little bit. And what I do is I do tighten these down to get it a little bit tightened. I'm not going to do that for this video because I'm going to be taking it in and out. But you can tighten these with a little pair of pliers, needle nose pliers. You want to be careful, spray it with some WD-40 before you do so, and you're going to tighten it down just a little bit when you put these blades in. But you don't. I'm not going to do this for this video because I'm going to be pulling it in and out. So what we're going to do is we're going to need a few tools. Not much. You have it already in your house. So we're going to need a thing of painter's tape, and I'll show you why in a minute. We're going to need electrical tape, right? Okay. We're going to need single edge blades. We need a small screwdriver, a pair of cheap crap scissors, I'll show you why in a minute, and just a pair of flat pliers. These are fishing pliers, vintage. These are my grandfather's fishing pliers. They work great. You want them to be flat right here, right, with a lot of power. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out a brand new blade. Let me just move everything around so you can see. Okay. Brand new blade. Now, what I like to do so I don't cut my finger is I take painter's tape. I'm going to take a little piece of painter's tape. Right. There we go. It's a small piece. I'm going to put it over the blade here with just a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch in. Right. I'm going to show you why I do it this way in a minute. Okay. Just a little bit, just so it covers the blade. And the reason why I do this is so you want to have some slack or some room here so you don't hit this blade with your finger and cut the tape and ruin the blade. And I use painter's tape because it doesn't have any residue, so it won't stick. So there won't be anything to worry about when you shave. You don't have to clean it or anything. So what we're going to have to do is, the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the spine off this blade, right? So there's a way to do it. I'm going to place it right here use a towel, right? It's tough to see, but it's not too hard to take these off. So you get a little used to it. Just gotta get it right in there. You don't want to bend it either, so there we go. So I'm gonna get it right off now. I got part of the spine off. As you can see, you just want to lift it up. There we go. Slide it right out. Put this to the side. Now with the spine, we're going to want to open it up. Okay. Not too much. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Just open up the wedge part of it. Okay. Place this to the side. Now this razor, you want to make it the same size as the wedge. Now it is the same size as the wedge roughly together. But when you put the spine on it, it gives it about another little bit of a clearance. So what you want to do is you want to cut in between this groove right here, this last groove. You want to cut that piece off. It does not have to be perfect, and I'll show you why. So that's why you want to take crappy scissors, right? You don't want to use your good scissors because you'll ruin them. Put it right in the middle of the notch. Okay, just cut. Try and cut it. Okay. Don't want to try not to bend the blade, but if you do, I'll show you, it doesn't matter. You're going to be able to get it nice and flat and straight when you get it done, once the spine gets back on it. So you're going to want to take the first spine, put it on like this. And I say first, and you'll see what I mean. Take your flat pliers, and you want to put this down, crush it down a little bit. Make sure it's even. So we're going to place it like this here. All right, use your finger first. Make sure you don't touch the blade because you don't want to cut anything. Just punch it down. Okay, so basically we just made our blade a little smaller, right? We put the spine back on. Now here's the other part. You're going to want to take a spine from another razor. This one right here. So from another blade. I'm doing this to save time so I don't have to pull another one off. Alright, this one's a little bit beat, but it's good because you want it a little bit opened up more. Okay? Open it up as much as you can. Not too much, but it doesn't matter if it's straight. Doesn't matter if it's any good. Alright? I'll put it back over this spine, and I'm going to show you why. You're going to close it up with your finger as much as you can, and then you're going to crush it down with the pliers again. This one's going to take some little brute force because it's not going to get in all the way, but I'm going to show you why it doesn't matter. Okay, just want to make sure it's even. That's all you got to worry about. It doesn't have to be in all the way. Okay, so we're going to do this way, crush that thing down, put some force into it. Elbow grease, as we used to say. Okay, perfect. So you got a little. So what you do is you made a bigger wedge. Now, for clearance reasons. And to keep everything together, you're going to take the electrical tape. Okay? You take the electrical tape, put it right over the spine, and you're going to wrap it around, like I'm doing here. Right? Just like this. One time. Make sure it's nice and tight. Again, it doesn't have to really be too perfect. Okay? Bingo. Done. So we got this done here, right? We got your electrical tape on. I'm going to cut the excess off. Fold it in a little bit. Cut all the little tips. Okay. You look nice and neat with our crappy beat up scissors. Now we're going to take off the painter's tape, right? Because we don't need it anymore. And that's why I like painter's tape. As you can see, no mess. Okay. And we're going to test it. So here's our razor. This one fits in pretty nice. Okay. So say you don't like the way it fits. Okay, it doesn't fit too well. You don't want to mess with these things. So now what we're going to do is we're going to modify it. We're going to take another piece of tape. We're going to be very careful because we already kind of took our painter's tape off. If you want to put another layer on, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to do this for time reasons. Right? I'm going to fold this over like so. Very, very, very carefully. Right? I'm going to let the tape do the work. Cut. Cut. So we weren't too crazy about the clearance issue there, right? Now I probably would have left the painter's tape on there again, but I'm just doing this just for speed because I don't want to keep you here all day. So we want a little bit more clearance, so we put a little bit more tape on there. And now look. Perfect. Fits in perfect. She's snug. Fits in nice, right? You can just jiggle around. Now this is acceptable. I would shave with this in a minute. The only thing I would do is I'd take my pliers and just turn these maybe another 1/4 of an inch, not a 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/8 of an inch, or just a little turn, and that'll secure it. or you can put another layer of tape on it. But this is pretty secure. This isn't going to move, guys. This is not, see, as you can see, it's not moving. It's not moving, so it's straight, it's nice, it's good. And there you have it. That's it. Thanks for watching.